Hey guys, today's video is going to be a little bit different. I often get asked what racing wheel I use and which one I think is best. So I thought I'd show you a few of my own wheel setups, as well as showing you my recommendations for the best racing wheel for F1 22 on each platform. As you can see, I've got a few different racing wheels and I've used a lot of different wheels over the years. My main two setups that I alternate between currently are the Moser R9 wheelbase combined with a GS steering wheel and the Fanatec CSL DD with the McLaren GT3 V2 wheel. Both of these setups are very similar, with the wheelbases producing a similar range of force feedback. And while I do think the Moser GS steering wheel is one of the nicest I've seen, and I love racing F1 22 with it, I'm going to talk about the Fanatec offering first, as it's my recommendation for the best racing wheel for F1 22 on Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One. When it comes to sim racing wheels on Xbox consoles, we have a pretty good choice. There are some great products from brands such as Thrustmaster, Logitech and Fanatec, and all of these wheels span a wide range of prices as well, giving you a good option no matter how much you want to spend. But in terms of the best overall racing wheel for F1 22 on Xbox, it has to go to the mighty Fanatec CSL DD. This is a small wheelbase that packs extremely good performance, and it offers that performance at a pretty reasonable price when compared to other direct drive racing wheels. Within its small size, you've got a motor that's capable of producing 8 Nm of torque if you've got the booster kit, and this provides force feedback that's more than strong enough for you to feel the full force of a Formula 1 car in F1 22. It will certainly give you a good workout across a full race distance if you have it at 100% power. The quality of the force feedback is also incredibly detailed, as Fanatec have used a new internal architecture and software to produce some of the most vivid and detailed force feedback ever. You'll be able to feel every curb, every bump, allowing you to react to how your car is handling. To go along with this, I've paired it with the McLaren GT3 V2 wheel, which is one of the cheapest wheels that Fanatec actually sell. It's a steering wheel that replicates the exact steering wheel, or close to it, that's found in the McLaren 720S GT3 car. It's a Formula and GT style steering wheel, which is pretty perfect for the latest generation of F1 cars. The steering wheel is designed with a carbon fibre effect faceplate. You've got 10 buttons, 3 rotary encoders and a couple of joysticks, which allow you to change different things within your car. One quick thing that I do need to note though, that is if you're racing on an Xbox console, no matter what wheel you're racing with, there'll be certain buttons which simply won't work. I won't go too deep into the prices in this video because they can fluctuate and change with sales and discounts, but I will leave links to these products in the description below, so if you are interested, hit one of those links. It is an affiliate link, so I will earn a little bit of commission, which will really help support the channel. But now I'll move on to the PS5 and PS4 and look at the best racing wheel for that. And simply put, when it comes to racing wheels on the PlayStation, Fanatec have provided some official F1 licensed racing wheels. And that's what I've gone with for my recommendation. I've gone with a combination of the GT DD Pro wheelbase and the F1 Esports V2 steering wheel. Much like the CSL DD that I mentioned just now, the Gran Turismo DD Pro is basically the PlayStation equivalent. The exterior design differs a little bit, allowing you to distinguish between both wheelbases, and I kind of prefer the look of the GT DD Pro. But inside and performance wise, they're basically the same wheelbase, so I can't not recommend it. And for the steering wheel, I'm going to recommend the F1 Esports V2 steering wheel. This is an upgraded version of the original and very popular F1 Esports steering wheel that was used in F1 Esports competitions. Overall, if you're a Formula 1 fan, this gives you a great F1 style experience due to the shape and design of the wheel, and when paired with the GT DD Pro, you've got a pretty killer racing setup. Next up, I'm going to look at the best racing wheel for F1 22 on a PC, and I wanted to step away from Fanatec. PC sim racers have the luxury of much more choice when it comes to choosing a racing wheel. There's much wider compatibility for sim racing products on a PC, as there are fewer limitations that are often found on consoles. And for the best racing wheel for F1 22 on PC, I've got to recommend the brilliant Moser Racing R9 and the GS steering wheel. There are a huge range of products, including really high-end direct drive wheelbases from brands such as Simucube, but when you consider the price of some of these premium products, the Moser R9 offers incredible value. Moser Racing broke onto the scene in 2021, I think, launching a small selection of PC compatible racing wheels, and in 2022 they released their second batch of sim racing products, and the R9 was part of that batch, and so was the GS steering wheel. The R9 wheelbase has been designed as an answer to Fanatec's CSL-DD and GT-DD Pro wheelbases. It comes in a similar form factor to those two wheels, although it's slightly smaller and more condensed, and it features ever so slightly more force feedback strength than both of those Fanatec models. The force feedback it produces is almost equally as good as the Fanatec wheelbases, and is ever so slightly stronger as I just mentioned. And I'm pretty sure it also beats out those Fanatec models on price as well. But where this Moser racing wheel setup really shines is with the GS steering wheel. This is one of the best wheels I've raced with within this price range. You'll immediately notice how high quality the GS steering wheel is as soon as you remove it from its box. It comes in a nice neat little fabric carry bag and is constructed from high quality materials. You've got forged carbon fibre across the front and for the paddle shifters. The hand grips are real Alcantara for that true racing experience. And when you're racing F122 on PC, you've got so many ways to control your car. You've got 10 push buttons, 7 encoders, 2 joysticks, you've got dual clutch system on the rear of the wheel, and you can bind all of them to control your car in F122. I've got my brake bias, my on-throttle diff, my tyre temperatures, all linked to just a button press or an input. And this makes F122 so immersive and just easy to manage when you're flying around a track at 150 miles an hour. I won't linger too much on why this wheel is the perfect PC F122 wheel, but again I've dropped the link in the description below, so if you're considering a wheel within this sort of price range, sort of that mid-range budget, go and check it out because it's fantastic. And finally, if you're looking to sim race F122 on a budget, I'm going to recommend the Logitech G923 to you. Logitech have mastered the art of producing a high quality sim racing wheel on a budget, and the latest G923 is no exception. The G923 is an evolution of the much loved G29 and G920 racing wheels that were released a few years ago, and I've spent many hours racing with the G923 wheel. It features a bunch of upgrades over the older wheels. You've got a rotary dial on the Xbox version, and you've got a new technology called True Force, which adds vibration motors to the steering wheel itself, and they rumble as you rev your engine more, so it's designed to make you feel like you're inside the car. While not being a game changer, the Logitech G923 is a very credible budget racing wheel. And if you're looking to get into sim racing at the lowest cost, definitely check this wheel out. Again, I'll drop the link in the description below. And that will do it for this guide, guys. Hopefully this video will help you at least narrow down your selection if you are looking at buying a racing wheel. But let me know in the comments below what racing wheel you're using, which one you're planning to buy, and hit that like button if you found this video useful. Plus I have a bunch of daily F122 content planned for the coming weeks, so subscribe to our channel to be notified when that content drops. But for now guys, enjoy F122 and I'll see you on track.